This is not financial advice on stonks. Stonks is the cash tag for a token on the Ethereum network that takes its meme from a post created in 2017 that wrote the word stonks instead of stock. And in typical cryptocurrency fashion, somebody launched the stonk asset on the Ethereum network in 2024. And this is typical in cryptocurrency where you'll have something culturally relevant or significant that takes place soon become a community on the blockchain. And in full transparency, there's also a stonks on Solana network that had a market capitalization that was significant. However, I believe that this is the first stonks asset, and it's also a community takeover, so I wanted to highlight and illustrate this stonks. If you're new to cryptocurrency, a community takeover is when a developer will launch an asset, develop that asset to a certain level of market capitalization, then stop developing that asset, essentially leaving the project for dead. The community that's invested in that space in the blockchain, however, rallies together and then does the work of a developer to propagate the meme and the message of their community. I'm particularly passionate about community takeovers as I'm the community takeover lead developer of two projects. And that's another reason why I thought it was important and imperative to give this community some attention and some praise, as they've probably been vampire attacked on the Solana chain. And I've had my projects vampire attacked. So I wanted to help out the original stonks community to get their shine and their attention in a brutal marketplace that has very little honor or integrity in it. So in a space that doesn't offer that, I try to be the counterbalance. And I think it's only right and honorable to cover this stonks, the original stonks, as opposed to the better market cap on Solana. At the recording of this video, stonks was around $3.8 to $3.9 million on the Ethereum network. It's a pretty healthy market cap for a project that's been brutalized and cannibalized by a vampire attack on another chain. A vampire attack is when somebody steals your meta, your artwork, your concept for your project, and then launches a rival project, sometimes on the same chain, sometimes on another chain. So this stonks was attacked by a vampire attack, probably from some well-connected developers. Here's the holder count. So they're almost at 3,000 holders, which is pretty impressive for a project that's been on chain for over a year. Like I said, they've suffered a vampire attack on the Solana chain. The Solana stonks was, when I started this video, it was between 23 and $24 million in its market cap. So these holders here are really the heart and soul of the stonks on Ethereum. And that's why I wanted to give them some attention and some credit. They are going against a vampire that's probably better funded, that probably has more holders, but they're keeping going. And that's probably one of the reasons why their account got suspended, is that somebody in the rival stonks team took it upon themselves to try and find ways to flag the account. Because when I went to go look for the stonks X account, there was nothing there. And it's because somebody probably on that rival team went out of their way to get it suspended. They do have a Telegram channel. It's got over 1,200 people engaging it. So it's a pretty healthy way for them to stay in touch and communicate with their holders and people interested in the project. However, that's almost their Telegram channel is almost half the amount of people that actually hold it. So I'm assuming they have a really strong presence on X, even if they don't have an account that they're utilizing to directly communicate with their holders. This is a recording of their website. Their website's actually really well done. It's very complex. It goes through the entire history of how they came about. Talks about how people can become a stonk holder, how to buy, giving details about the supply. It's a very comprehensive and well done website for cryptocurrency, especially in a space that sometimes people just put a placeholder website up. So you can tell the team really went out of their way to make sure that people got the full story. And then, it also highlights and illustrates the fact that it's CTO. And like I said, that's one of the major reasons I decided to make this video, is I saw that this was a CTO team, and I wanted to make sure that they had some ammunition in their war. Let me tell you something about myself. My name is James Duryea III, aka the TH3 Crypto Kid on the X platform. I have a coffee company called High Volume Coffee Company. And if you'd like to support me or my channel, please go to my X platform, click the link in my bio, and buy a bag of coffee if you can. It really does mean the world to me to have your support. And please be aware that you're not just supporting me as an individual or my company. You're also supporting multiple communities on the Ethereum network as we take a portion of our profits and spot buy and burn the token supply that I'm the community takeover lead developer of. So I want to say thank you for any and all support you show to the High Volume Coffee Company brand. The Stonks team has pretty much a really long runway on Ethereum because their vampire is on Solana, and Solana investors and Ethereum investors tend to be very different. Some people are very chain maxi, other people are chain agnostic. They go wherever the community that speaks to them is. So the fact that Stonks is on Ethereum with less than 3,000 holders at around $3 to $4 million in market cap means that this community could continue to scale at this same pace, especially as more and more people are looking for established communities to join on the blockchain. And that's all meme tokens represent: a community of individuals that have decided to pool their excess liquidity onto this space in the blockchain, each with separate and different hold times. Some people are probably long holding, other people are probably day trading. However, it's reasonable to say that in 2025, having an allocation of assets on a blockchain and a meme token is probably a safer bet than leaving whatever excess liquidity you have in a centralized banking system where they're devaluing the currency consistently. Whereas if you have the time, energy, and effort, you can propagate your community as a safe place to join and theoretically help other people unburden themselves from the financial institutions of banking and into the world of cryptocurrency, where you're essentially just pooling your excess liquidity with other individuals. And that's why I believe cryptocurrency will be the future of money, is we determine the value of that space in the blockchain. If Stonks doesn't speak to you at 3 million, but it speaks to you at 2 or 1 because you see a future to 10, then this is a really good opportunity for you to grow your account or your position. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what cryptocurrency offers. It offers you the potential to make more liquidity in the whatever window you've assessed for yourself. This is not financial advice. I don't own this asset. I just thought it was a cool CTO that had a fun meta or investor narrative, and I wanted to give another CTO team some attention because it's so hard running a CTO. So I'm gonna start to wrap the video up here. First and foremost, I want to say thank you for your time and thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, share it, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Not Financial Advice 003. More videos about cryptocurrency and how they affect you in your everyday life are coming soon. As for now, this has been Not Financial Advice on Stonks.